I think you just did.
Yeah, my favorite trick is to forget to hit the record button. Dina,
hit the record button.
Hey, long time no see. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Yeah. All right, let's just jump on. Just jump. Now, everybody knows we have a special trainer tonight. Kati Stage is on with us. Kati's just simply a rock star. I don't know. There's nothing. I mean, I don't know how much good I can say about Kati. I love her to death, and I'm not. I know I love her to death. I don't know. We've known each other for quite a while, and her dad is on with us, Chris Stage, informally known as Pops, and I've gotten into the habit of calling him Pops. So I'll probably call him Pops. But anyway, Kati's going to talk to us about the Facebook algorithm and how to beat it. And I'll tell you what, you can't get anybody better on this subject to talk to us than Kati. She's just absolutely outstanding. I love her to death. And Kati, I'm going to shut up. You take it away. Everybody else, please mute up if you're not muted. And if you do have a question, I'll let Kati tell you how she wants to handle questions, okay? So, Kati, you've got the stage, my friend. Take it away.
That's a pun, Stage, because it's my last name. That's funny. Anyways, yeah, if anybody has any questions, you can stop me anytime. I don't mind being interrupted. Just say, hey, wait, can you go back to this? Or, hey, wait, just ask anytime. That's fine. I just want to make sure that we all are on the same page and understand what I'm going to go through and understand why it's important that I want to teach you some of these things about Facebook. I'm going to go over my profile and kind of give you some really cool pointers on what your profile can look like and how you can attract buyers to you instead of having to chase everybody all the time, because I love human behavior. I love to learn about it, how people interact with each other, what makes people buy things, what makes people follow people, right? What makes them go on your Facebook Lives and interact with your posts. It's something that's very attractive, right? That's what people want, is somebody to follow, to interact with, and to resonate with. So some of the things I might say, I don't know if it'll, I'm not trying to say like I'm being mean or anything. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. I'm not saying that, if anybody here is doing nothing but posting their products on their timeline, that's not the way you want to do it. You want to be human as humanly possible, and to attract buyers to you and having them want you to, knocking on your door and messaging you in your inbox and wanting to learn more about what you have. So I wanted to show how to set up a profile like that, because it's not very often that I get pitched. I like getting pitched in a sense where I want to see where people are at and what's going on out there and how people are getting trained. However, the way I set my profile, I don't get pitched that often. And usually what happens is that when people pitch me, sometimes it happens where I turn it around on them in a good way, and they're either opting in my list or they're buying a product for me, because I understand that there's some certain ways to approach yourself in this business to make yourself look like an authority for someone who is an influencer. And a lot of things that I want to talk about tonight is going to help you. And another thing I want to do is I want to do a live action type follow along here. So for those of you who are on your cell phone, if you could put Facebook on your computer, if you have one, that would be very helpful. Otherwise, you can come back to this recording and just kind of follow along with what I'm going to teach here, so you can see it in live action and how the algorithm works, which is pretty exciting. So let me just go over some pointers about the profile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. That's always fun. So, okay, so we have our personal profile here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of work my way from the top to bottom. Okay, so the very first thing that we see here is the cover photo. So you see that there's, this is exactly where Dad and I are right now, Pops and I are right now. This is where we're at. This is, whatever. So I decided to put this on a cover photo. Here's what's really interesting is what I see a lot of people, what they don't do is that they don't use this as this is like wasted real estate when you're just uploading a photo without any information. So you can see that I have my own hashtags that I put out there that I brand myself is get unstuck, true freedom, rise above typical, because I'm always using those hashtags. And then I'm telling my audience that I have a free Facebook algorithm training at katiestage.info. You guys are welcome to go check that out. It's totally free. And I created that course over 2 years ago, and it's still helping people today, which is awesome because I figured out this whole algorithm thing over 2 years ago, and it's really fun stuff. So you're going to see me with longer hair. At that point, I was like in the garage making a video with like this bamboo curtain thing behind me. So it's really cool. So actually what's really funny is that I wore a blue shirt to represent like Facebook, and so I can match, Facebook or whatever. But anyways, so with this cover photo, there's a lot of people who upload these cover photos, but they're wasting the real estate here, because when you click on the cover photo, you can even tell people, hey, click here, and this is where you can add a description and say, hey, my name's, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for being here. This is a little bit about me, right? So just tell people exactly what you do, right? And tell them what you have to offer. Don't put any links out there, because Facebook does not like any links, okay? That will hurt your algorithm. And also, do not overuse hashtags. Like you would see, I think, about 28 hashtags you can put on Instagram, which is really helpful on Instagram, but that will hurt you on Facebook. Like too many hashtags will hurt you on Facebook. So just use, your brand hashtags if you have any. If you don't have any, don't worry about it. I just prefer to do that because it's a little bit more kind of highlights it, because I have the Workshop Warriors, I have Facebook Live Workshop that I have, I'm basically advertising what I have to offer. So this is a great spot here just to tell people exactly who you are and what you have to offer. Now with your profile picture, it's basically the same thing. I feel that for me personally, I change my profile picture more than my cover photo. So there's another here, when you upload your photo, you can again put a description in there. And this is where you can either tell your story, maybe something new that happened in your journey, or maybe if you want to teach something, something about a little bit about, talking about whatever that you're in. Say if you have something that, a testimonial that you want to share or something like that, you can certainly do that. But again, it's when I see people have their uploaded their profile, there's nothing there to talk about themselves. This is a static, like let's just say a blog post, right? It's like something that's always going to be there. People are going to click on it. They're going to check it out. They want to see the photo, and then, you know what I mean? So it's something that's not going to get lost in the shuffle. It's always going to be there. So what you put on there, the information that you put on there, could be a good call to action to have them reach out to you, right? To learn more information. Maybe you have a funny story that you want to share about yourself. Maybe you have something that you want to talk about, that you overcame something, right? Just something that you can connect with your audience to have them either have a conversation or to have them reach out to you to learn more or something like that. So this is really important. Another thing that I did before this, let me just actually look at another cover photo. What I did in the past is, sometimes I would like copy and paste the same thing because I have the same things to offer, but this was the last one that I did, that I would tell people that, hey, I have a website, I have a YouTube channel, so you can find me at Kati Stage, right? katiestage.com, or you can look on Google or on YouTube, and that's where they can find me. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Twitter, definitely use that and put that on your cover photo so they can know where else to connect you with. I mean, why not, right? You get some people who are coming and going, they're like more over on Instagram, but they want to follow you, but they love Instagram more. And they see that you're on Instagram, so then they know that they can connect with you on Instagram. Me, the reason why I got rid of that is because, now I'm not trying to tell you to do this, but for me personally, I am not on Instagram anymore. I'm not on Twitter anymore. I'm focused on just Facebook profile and YouTube and blogging. So that's what I do. I like to keep it simple. I don't want to, I don't want to be everywhere at once because it's just me, my personality. I feel like I am spreading myself too thin if I'm trying to be on every single social media site. So I like to build it one at a time. So how I created that, is I'm going to share with you here, is canva.com. And if I'm going too fast, you guys can let me know. I know this is recorded, so I'm just trying to get the information out there here. Woot. Let me try to get rid of that. Where's the X? Oh, maybe later. There it is. Looking for an X. Okay, so you go to canva.com. It's free. I love this site. I use it all the time for any of my logos I want to make, or any of the, blogging feature images, or my YouTube, whatever, thumbnails, but also my cover photo. So I use it for that. What you could do is you can Google, let me just open up another tab here. You can literally Google social media logos with transparent background. And you go to images here, right? And you can literally download any of these. Let me just click on it. And there should be a checkerboard that shows up in the back. You see how the checkerboard showed up? That means it's transparent background. You can find either a single one or a multiple one, and upload that to Canva. Let me just click on something here so I can get to my downloads. Wait for it. So here, or my uploads. So my uploads, what I did is I would upload something with a transparent background. Let me just find my social media deal here. You guys get the point, right? So when it's a transparent background, it can actually, so here's the YouTube one, and then there's the website one. So it's transparent background, so it looks nice and clean and cut. So I would use that to say, hey, you can also reach me at, you can also follow me here. And that's really great, like literally getting free traffic to your YouTube channel, or to your Instagram, right? Or to Twitter, or whatever else social media that you have. That's a great way to say, hey, I'm also here. And then I'm going to point out the intro. I highly recommend, actually don't do this at all, do not put any links in your intro. For one, nobody can click on it. And two, when you're on mobile, you can't really copy it. So it's really, Facebook actually gives you one chance to put a URL for your social sites and your blog or whatever stuff that you have. So use that. But here you have 101 characters to basically give a snapshot of who you are. So for instance, me, God first, obviously, and then job free since 2017. I'm the co-founder of the Workshop Warriors. I'm the founder of the Facebook Live Workshop, and I'm a full-time RVer. So that's kind of like a conversation starter. There's a lot of people like, what's this Facebook Live Workshop you got going on there? Because even though Facebook Live has been around since 2016, people still want to do it. People still have that fear. So when they see that, they're like, oh, what's that about? Or, hey, what's this Workshop Warriors about? So find something to entice curiosity, basically, and tell them exactly what you are, tell them exactly what you do, right? But you have 101 characters, maybe you have to get a little creative, and this is a good exercise for you to basically, for me, it changes all the time, right? It changed all the time, but it was a good exercise for me to really not puke on everybody saying, oh, I do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and try to explain everything. But when you just keep it short and sweet, and you say, hey, for me, I always tell people I'm an attraction marketing mentor, right? And that's pretty much all I say. So find out exactly what you are. Are you a health and wellness expert, or are you a pain expert, or something like that? And when you start with something, you'll start to define what you want to be, right? And who you are and what represents you and your product and your offer that you have. This will be a good exercise to do that and try to confine that information into the intro. If you have any Facebook pages, of course, let them know that you manage that. So there's a lot of people who click on that because it says, hey, Katie manages, the co-founder of the Workshop Warriors or the Fancy Free RV. That's who we are, Pops and I. We post a lot more about our RVs adventure at Fancy Free RV. And so people want to check that out. They want to learn more about you, right? And I chose to put on there how long I've been on Facebook. Always show your followers, even if you have like only 100. There's definitely great ways to up that number by following other people, right? If you have any pictures of feature photos, I think there's 9. I think you could do more on your cell phone or something like that, but I always keep it at 9, because I've seen that at one point. I think Facebook was trying to change things a little bit. You know how they always change things all the time. I saw that I was able to upload like 12 photos or whatever, and it just looked kind of weird. So just keep it at 9. But if you're going to company events or you meet somebody online, show that, right? Go and show this. And this featured images are to show that you're connected into your industry. If you have a top income earner in your business that you're going to go to the event, go take a picture with them. Don't feel awkward, because if you feel awkward, you're going to go ask them up for a selfie. You're going to make them feel awkward. Everybody feels awkward, and it's just an awkward moment. So don't feel awkward. They're just regular people just like you. Go walk up there and like, hey, you know what? This is why you inspire me. I would love to take a picture. And they're like, oh yeah, let's take a picture. Because at those events, people understand and they know that they're there, and they're expected for people to come up and take a picture with them. So don't be afraid to do that. And that's how I'm able to, I'm only able to show 9 of some of the greatest people that I've met. And I have so many more that I've done, because Pops and I have been going to events since 2013. And we've gone to 26 events in a long time. You know, that's like 5 or 6 events per year since 2013. And just get out there and connect with people and show people that you are connected. So this little thing helps you become more of an influencer, right? You're showing people that you're serious in this game, that you're connected with people, and you're not here to just, you're not like a fly-by-night. I'm not saying anybody here is doing that, but with this industry, there's just too many people that have been hurt and left behind or anything like that. I have that experience. So you just want to tell people that, hey, I'm serious. I'm in it to win and help you win. So you just want to show people that you are serious, right? And let's see, another thing about one more tip, and then we'll do the Friend Remover Pro, which is a lot of fun. Is that actually, before we do that, I'm going to tell you about post and where to find content ideas. When you're posting on Facebook, I want to make sure, because I'm seeing this a lot lately, where a lot of people don't see that they are, well, that's your post, I gotta go to mine, that their posts are not public. So you have to make sure you have to go to your settings, because a lot of people are friends. So this is what the icon looks like. When you get followers and you start to get followers to follow you, and you haven't set your post at friends, they're not going to see that. So they're not going to see all your good content, and you want to be open. If you're kind of scared to be out in the open and share your life, then don't post it on Facebook. But you're here to attract people that can resonate with you, to start conversations with people. So definitely set your post on public. Okay. Does anybody have any questions so far? I'll use that as taking a sip. Okay. Hey, Len, did you get anybody to download the Friend Remover Pro yet? Or should I show everybody how to do that? You're so muted, Len. You are so muted.
Lynn.
You're muted. I love that. Wait for it. Where that button always moves around. I don't know why. It just keeps moving.
Mine stays to the right.
There I am.
Hi.
Well, I had the full screen up, so I couldn't see me to find my unmute button. No, I didn't. No, I didn't do that. And my apologies if you wanted me to. We missed that little subtle point.
Oh, that's okay, because I don't think I even told you.
Well,
so
you didn't.
what What I want everybody to do is to open up their browser and Google Friend Remover Pro. And this is a free Google app. So you have to be in Chrome, or not Google, but Chrome apps. You have to be in Chrome. It doesn't work with Firefox. It doesn't work with, is there any other browser? I have no idea. But me personally, I'd rather be homeless than Chromeless, so I use Chrome. So search Friend Remover Pro, and you're going to see that there's a 2017 version and a 2018 version. At this point, I don't think it matters. However, once you get that downloaded, you can see on my screen here, I don't think I can zoom in, but there's a little icon here that says Friend Remover Pro. So this is what the icon looks like. So as you guys are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and kind of talk you through and walk you through on what that looks like. So once it gets on top of there, I think we got some feedback. So if everybody can mute. When you don't have the headset, here's another pro tip. What happens is that when your speaker is coming out and it goes back into the speaker, so that's what causes the feedback. So it's always good to have headphones. Or you can turn down your volume and it won't have that echoey feedback. Which great. It's great on Facebook Lives too, by the way. Is always use headphones because it cuts the sound out a lot better.
Katie,
Yes.
why are you removing friends?
Okay, I'll tell you that.
What you're
So I'm not actually removing friends. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I'm utilizing Friend Remover Pro to activate the algorithm, and I will go over that. So I just want to make sure everybody has it downloaded on their browser. And what happens is that for some reason in the last couple of months, Friend Remover Pro is like updating their stuff. So once you get the app onto the browser, when you click on it, this is what it's going to look like. Wait for it. That's going to look first, and then I think the blue screen will probably show up in a second, or maybe not.
I think it's going to be hard to follow you along. I'm struggling with it. I can't get to where I can see the full the full Google screen, and also see what you're doing at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know how to split screen on your computer?
On my computer, yeah, I do.
Yeah. So if you could.
Webinar. Can you call Mom's phone?
What was that?
What happened?
Hey,
Oh,
Tony's trying to call you.
Tim, you're not muted. Len, you know you can mute people?
Yes, I had everybody muted.
Okay, yep, that's fine. I think Tim just came in actually. So yeah, when you does everybody know how to split their screen to have two browsers on at once? Does everybody know how to do that, or do you want me to show you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so what you do is I have 4 tabs open here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I'm going to click down on this Find Friends tab, and I'm going to click on it and hold down the button, and I'm going to drag it. So see how it separates? But I'm going to keep holding on to it, and I'm going to throw it over to the end of the screen until it, can you guys see that? It kind of pops. And I let go, and then I can choose that. And so as you guys are seeing the Friends Remover Pro, it keeps doing the circle thing. So that is an issue. That has been an issue for a little while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to, let me just stop sharing screen for just a second. Let me just ask you real quick. When I share my screen, does it kind of take over your whole entire screen?
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can on the top of the screen, on the top right, there's an option to, or no, it's in the middle. So there's an option to exit full screen. So I'll have to have you guys do that next time. But let me just grab the link. So when everybody downloads the Friend Remover Pro, there's a link that you can click on that will make it work. Just, I don't know what's going on with it. It's just that it's uploading. What's that?
Katie, so
Yep.
we can only do this in Chrome?
Yep, you can't use it in Firefox. It's a Chrome app.
so there's no sense downloading it.
There's a Firefox app too. It looks like.
Okay.
And
But is
Google
it a Chrome? Are you Googling in Firefox that says Friend Remover Pro?
No, I googled in Chrome and there said there was a Friend Remover Pro in Firefox too.
Okay.
I'm just saying I didn't open it. I opened it in Chrome.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Actually,
Mine didn't. I downloaded the 2018 and I didn't get the blue screen.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah, I haven't seen. Okay, there's Facebook Unfriend Finder. I don't know what. I haven't used that. I just know Friend Remover Pro. So I'm looking at that. But let me just grab that link and put it in Zoom chat. Does everybody know how to find the Zoom chat?
You know, it may be easier for us to just watch you do a demonstration of how it works and then do it ourselves later on.
If anybody can follow along, that's great. If they can't, then yeah, definitely watch the replay.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to demonstrate the real-time-ness of this. So I just put the link in the chat. Does everybody have it downloaded for the Chrome app?
No, I'm on an iPad.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't have it
So
downloaded.
I'll have Len share. I already sent the link to Len. So I'll have him share that in your guys' Facebook group, right? You guys have a Facebook
Right.
group,
Right.
and you can share that and then just watch this replay, and then you can follow along.
Yeah. Let's do it that way.
Well, yeah. Okay. Just share my screen again. But I just wanted to see, have people watch this in real time on their timeline. Because what's going to happen is that I want the whole setup is to have Friend Remover Pro on one side of your screen and then having your profile on the other side of the screen. So you're going to have just exactly how you see my screen here. That's what, that's the whole goal, is to have it split up here. So I have the link that I shared in the chat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that and hit enter, and this screen pops up. So now Friend Remover Pro is working. So what we're looking at here is there's a list of friends, and it's set up where the most engaged person is at the very top. So what we have to do is we have to scroll down, which is, this is kind of tedious, but I promise you, I have made sales by doing this. I've made leads. I've gained leads from doing this, because basically what this is that we are connecting with people that we haven't heard from in a very long time, right? So the whole point is that what I wanted to show everybody is you would, the idea is to post something on your timeline, right? So let's just say, let me just look at my phone and just, I always have a note, notes of like post ideas and stuff like that I would throughout the day that I would think of, but I just didn't want to post it yet. So let me just type this in. So we go ahead and say, if you notice things changing, that means it's working. Not sure where I got that, but just do that. So whether you want to do a colored background or not, that's up to you either way. But the whole point is okay, so I'm going to post something, right? And you can do this exercise a half hour before you post and a half hour after you post. And what we're doing is, let me go ahead and share that. So I'm not going to try to scroll all the way down, but I'm going to try to find people that I haven't engaged in a long time. Is that I have a list of these people. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, just kind of go down a little bit more. Okay, I'll just start here. I'm going to take their name, and I'm going to go to, let's go to Eddie. Right, I'm going to go to Eddie. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to engage authentically on his timeline. Right, so I'm going to see 2 hours ago he posted, when life gives you obstacle, eat a few tacos and you will forget about your problems. I'm sorry, that's really funny. So I'm just going to authentically comment as me, right? And because that's freaking awesome. I think that's funny. So I'm just going to say, dude, that's hilarious. Right? And what's going to happen is as I'm going through my list of people, so now we're going to go to Julietta, right? I'm going to go to her profile and I'm going to see what she has got going on. See, now here's my rule of thumb. She hasn't posted anything since December 29th, 2018. And the other was 2020. She's not very active. I want people to follow me. This is about Facebook, right? So I want people to be active at least 3 to 4 times a week, right? So I know who she is. She's actually a friend of mine, so I'm not going to get delete her. But my rule of thumb, if I don't know who they are, or if we've never had a conversation or too much, or I haven't talked to them in a long time, but they haven't like posted since November, I'm going to delete them. So this is utilizing Friend Remover Pro in 2 different ways. You're not just deleting people, you're actually activating the algorithm, because what the algorithm, in a sense, what it is that Facebook is saying, hey, there's 2 people that are having a conversation with each other, and they're going to bump up the algorithm to have you see more of their stuff, and they're going to see more of your stuff, and then that's when the algorithm is kicked in, and that's how you can control your algorithm. So the point is that you find people, like if you have too many people that are in your business on your newsfeed, you're doing it wrong, because you can't make money off of them because they're already in your business. So what you do is you activate your algorithm with your potential prospects or customers or people that that you want to have follow, to ask questions. You upload a new cover photo and you start to list the stuff that you offer without any links, but just give that information out saying, hey, reach out to me if you want more information. They're going to start to reach out to you. Hey, I haven't spoken to you in a long time. Now, I have a course that I sell, that I literally went through this this demonstration. I had people sit and do it. We sat probably quiet for like 10 minutes because people were posting, they were deleting people. One person deleted 50 people because they literally had no engagement whatsoever on their profile because they haven't posted anything for a long time. But they started to see other people that they haven't spoken to in a long time, and they started to get interactions from that. So my assignment for you is to go through this and to scroll all the way to the very, 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 very bottom of Friend Remover Pro. Now the other one was a little bit easier because it wasn't a straight line. It was like a series of boxes, so it was easier to scroll down. But my assignment for you is to do this once a week, if not more, but at least once a week. So if anybody has like an hour or two, at least once a week, to activate the algorithm and find your potential prospects, the people that you want to work with, because this is so cool about this industry is you can choose who you want to work with, right? Go check out their profile. Are they active? Are they not active? Do they look like they could use some of your services in a way where maybe they posted like, hey, does anybody have any recommendations for whatever? That's how you can start that conversation. I literally have made sales from doing this because I see them, they're posting, they're asking questions, or maybe they're doing it in a way where I know that they can benefit from what I have. That's how you can start striking up that conversation and start activating the algorithm and connect with them again. That's how they get to start to reach out to you and ask you questions like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a long time. What is new? And that's when it all starts. Hey, I'm in this thing now. This is what oh, that's so awesome. I've been hearing about that. Where do I sign up or whatever? I'm not really, I'm not promising you that would happen, but this is how you can control that algorithm, is using the Friend Remover Pro. That is an awesome app that lists all your friends at once, so you can kind of go through that. I'm going to share with you how to find content. Is that everybody sees that their Facebook memories pops up, right? As we're growing into this industry, we have new ideas that come, and we share, share our thoughts and share whatever, right? We can use our memories that pop up that, hey, this time last year or 3 years ago, I shared this information and I've grown since then, and I have something else I want to say. So you can actually repurpose that content without sharing the memory, but repurpose it to make it a new, fresh post. Another idea is start watching some of your, the leaders in your industry, start watching their Facebook Lives more. Connect with them and follow them and see what they're saying in, how they getting, viewers, right, and comments and stuff like that, and start attaching their lingo. Like Len, some of you guys are actually here in the Diane's course, right? She's starting to talk about that. Find your kingpins, so you can adapt to their language and use it for your audience, right? And another idea for content is on other people's posts, right? You can find something that kind of triggers you to share that. You see a quote, because everybody shares quotes nowadays with color background. But instead of sharing just a quote, share with your audience why you shared that quote. So add more piece of information, right? Instead of just blatantly put a quote out there. Did you share that? Do you have a story attached to that? That's a great way to get people to connect with you even further and to relate to you, right? Just out there to post just for sake of posting, right? Another idea is as you're learning more about your industry or your niche or anything like that, you're Googling stuff, you're going on YouTube, anything that you find and grow in this industry and taking freaking notes, that is content. Share something about it. The information that you have, don't hold it back and don't keep it for yourself, and share it with your audience. Is it scary to give away the farm? Yeah, but I have built my business on giving stuff away all the time. So do that. People will appreciate that. That builds trust. They want to follow you. They start to see you as the expert. They start to reach out to you to ask questions more instead of pitching. That's when that transitions into that. They stop pitching you. The ones that do pitch you just haven't looked at your profile, obviously. So once they see you as an authority, they're going to reach out to you more. So don't hold back. Give that away, because as they say, that notes are uncashed checks. But with a good call to action. Hey, if you want more, reach out to me. Nothing wrong with that. Right? And then you can start that conversation. So with that, I know that we only got a certain amount of time here, so I try to put out some good information here. I do have that free product, so katiestage.info. With the algorithm, it goes in depth on how I use my stalker status strategy to find my kingpins in my industry, that let them know who I am by name, which is fun. You go to an event and you get the top freaking earner coming to you and saying, "Oh my God, there you are!" And they know you by name. That's awesome. That's social proof that gets people to turn their heads like, "Oh, that person knows that person. I'm going to go follow them too." It all helps. It's awesome. So that's free. So go ahead and use that. With that, I think that's pretty much it for now. Lynn, back to you in the studio.
Hey, well, let me ask you a couple questions. With Friend Finder, how do you actually remove somebody? What you're saying is, if somebody hasn't been active and I agree with you, if they haven't been active and haven't posted in 2 or 3 months, there's no sense keeping them on your friends list. How do you remove them?
Well, with the new one, I think what you just have to do as you're on their profile, you can just unfriend them right then and there. Because you're already on the page, you're doing it, you're already doing that. With the old one, where it was all actually on my katiestage.info, where I actually have that on there, how to use Friend Remover Pro. Hopefully it gets back to that look where it has a whole bunch of squares that's easier. You can just click on it and it kind of collects on the right-hand side and you can remove them all at once. But for some reason, Friend Remover Pro just recently just changed their look. So now it's just kind of weird. So as you're on their page, you can just unfriend it. Or you can engage. So there's 2 actions that you can take there. You can engage with them to activate the algorithm, or you can delete them and make room for more people that will engage with you. And I'm telling you, I've been on Facebook since 2013, and I have yet, for the first time, reached 3,000 people because I'm that picky. I want people who are active. I want people to engage with me, right? I'm not trying to reach 5,000 friends. I'm actually going to be sad when that happens because I want to connect with a whole bunch of people. So just make sure that that's what you're looking for, and you can have that. You can delete them right then and there.
Do you have any recommendations these days about how often to post on Facebook?
So I think every day.
Pardon
At
me?
least every day.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yep. So I think that is, if you really want to profile to, right, to be active, you're going to want to post every day. There is too much posting, and then there's too little posting, right? You don't want to be the person that's only posting once a week. People are just going to forget about you. So you want to be there. You want to say, I'm here, I'm showing up, and I'm sharing this information. I just have so much information I want to share with you, and you're active, you're communicating with people. I have in that, I'm glad you brought that up, Len, in the katiestage.info course, I have what's called prime time posting, that you kind of test the waters to see where your audience is at, because a lot of people, when they are eating breakfast in the morning, they're scrolling Facebook. You want to show up at that time, right? In the evening, when they're at home after dinner, you want to show up at that time. They're scrolling Facebook, right? That's when you want to post. So it's, for me, in the afternoons, it's dead. So it's either early mornings or at night, right? And I've bent the rules a little bit here and there, but that's just my general rule is early mornings and then late at night, because that's where my audience is at. And just to figure out where your audience is at, you just kind of test the waters and find out different times and switch them out, right? And find out where that sweet spot is in that prime time for your audience.
Post with purpose.
And what?
Post with purpose.
Oh yeah, definitely post with purpose. You don't want to I mean, it depends on who you, because I like to be at, I'm glad you brought that up, Pops. Like, what do you post, right? Does it have to be all about business? No. Does it have to be all viral videos? No, because now it looks like you're somebody who's just goofing off and not serious about their business. And, you want to have a healthy balance. I share lifestyle. I share, I do shout outs. I edify people. I share jokes. I share memes, but I have a healthy balance of that. I probably have more text and some images, and I do Facebook Lives once a week, but I definitely have a healthy balance of that. And so that just keeps people engaged, because people get redundant, if it gets redundant, it kind of clouds over, and then you kind of just like, whatever. That's why, you know what I mean? It's like, if somebody's always doing the same thing over and over again, people just kind of like, kind of glosses over a little bit, like, oh, okay, whatever. That's just my take on it.
So what's your take on Facebook Lives? You said you do one once a week. I'm thinking, let me tell you what I've been saying, and you can just, change me or correct me. I mean, we used to tell people post 5 to 7 times a day 3 or 4 years ago, but that is just dumb now. It doesn't work. Yeah, that was what we were teaching 5 years ago. Today, I think the right answer is 1 or 2 times a day, and I think maybe 1 or 2 lives a week is probably the right answer.
I believe so, because I'm
What
a
are your
huge.
thoughts?
I think you're right on, because if you think about it, if you post more than 3 times a day, let's just say, I think 3 is probably a lot for me.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of like you're kind of taking your posts, and they're kind of in competition of each other. You just post once a day. It's an early morning post. Throughout the day, people are going to start liking it, and that's going to keep the algorithm. It's going to start to get more engagement. But if you start posting another one, that it feels like it cancels it in a way, because then it's like too much information, and it's like kind of cancels each other. But you get like a Facebook Live. I don't post anything else that day at all. I don't tell my audience that I'm going on Facebook Live or anything like that. I just, for me being consistent with my own my own personal goals that I have. I don't tell my audience that I'm going to go live every day at this time. I show up. And whether they remember that or not doesn't matter because I'm doing it for myself. And they happen to show up anyways, which is good. But when I'm doing a Facebook Live, it's just that's what I am posting for that day because I want the optimal. I don't want it to be confused or not confused, but what's the word I was looking for? By any other post. So kind of bump it, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Does anybody else have any questions you'd like to ask? And I see a couple people that I didn't notice earlier. Tam, hi, welcome aboard, Tam. You can unmute yourself and say hi if you want to. This is Tamara, and if you don't want to.
No, hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi. And there's Tom. Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I apologize for coming in a little late.
Well, we didn't notice. You snuck in real quiet.
That's that Italian in me.
Okay. Now, does anybody else have any questions they'd like to ask Katie while we've got her trapped here?
Well, I have one question real quick. You were talking about putting a description on your banner and a description on your picture. That's when you edit the picture, it allows you to put that in there, right? So they're individual.
Yep. So when you upload, it's going to upload, and then you can go back and it says edit description. When you click on it, you can add a description. Okay. Yep.
Okay, great.
On the picture, like on your picture?
Yep. So when you, let me just share my screen again.
Well,
I'm
I
a
think
visual person.
we may have two different things going on here. There's what you see when you click on the picture, and there's the information that's actually on the picture itself.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So yeah. So for me, I just put my hashtags up there, and I tell people they can go to the Facebook algorithm training here.
Now that part has to be done in Canva or in some other photo editor.
Yep. Thanks for clarifying that. That's good. And once you upload it, there's going to be a piece that says, add. I got to move the thing here. I can edit it, or it says add description. So that's where you want to add the description to that. And there's no rules against saying, if you want to add in Canva, hey, click on this banner to learn more about who I am or what I have to offer. There's nothing wrong with that. People will go check it out. Or if you want to be funny, you can make the picture like super small where people got to click on it like, what is that? And they click on it and then there's the description. I don't know. That'd be me. I'm kind of a jokester.
So you're saying that anytime we click the banner picture, it goes to the description?
Yeah. Let me go to France. I would love to go to France. No, I mean your profile.
I haven't been there yet.
So, yeah. So you got a dolphin. I think they're so cool.
Isn't that cool?
So, yeah, and you have your .com here, which is awesome, but there's missing real estate here.
So
right?
I have. What did you say? My .com. Oh.
Yeah, you have your .com here, which is cool.
Oh, okay. So I could put that description in there.
Yep. This is a great way to connect with people, to start a conversation.
In order to get to that, I click on that banner picture and it's going to open this up and I can type in.
Are you on your phone or on computer?
I'm on an iPad right now. But when I do it later, it's kind of like a phone.
France, go to your profile, and then when you click on your to update your picture, update your banner, it'll show up. You can add a description to both of them. Okay.
Sorry, I'm a Samsung user, so I don't know. Thank you. I don't know Apple that well. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then same goes with your profile picture.
Oh, that also can have a description.
That's 67 likes, guys, right? That France has 67 likes. And there could be a description here. You can go, well, I can't because it's not mine, but go to edit and you can write something on here. And that could be 67 people looking at that text, because what happens when you upload a profile, it comes up as a post, right? It comes up saying, hey, you know what I mean? To have that, it's literally a post. So to have an explanation and something about you and your story, and the whole
Okay.
purpose here is to connect with people. This is a social site, right? Have that conversation, connect with people, get the conversation going or whatever.
And
Have a
those
good call. Yeah.
those things are not limited. Like the one up, the other one that's 101 characters, but
Yeah.
over there we can just
Yep.
Thank
Yep. That's just like a quick, if you guys heard of elevator pitch, you
Yeah.
can basically make that an elevator pitch, basically, but without being it salesy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm attracting people that are looking to get out of their 9 to 5. So I say job free since 2017. Oh, how did you do that? I co-created a Workshop Warrior group. So people want to ask about that. What's that? And then the Facebook Live, because I know that people want to learn more about Facebook Live. So what is your top focus? Like, how do you get people, what do you want them to reach out to you for? What's your main thing? Right?
Yeah.
What do you want to be about? What's your brand? So tell them.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, I've been job free for a long time too. That's because I got fired and I'm old.
No, and that's another thing I want to say. If you're trying to, I actually was somebody who was seeking out retired people. Don't limit yourself.
No.
You can attract people who are young and want to buy something.
Yeah,
You have to offer.
Yeah.
Don't limit yourself, right?
I was teasing Katie.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm glad you brought that up.
Pops has the same issue, right?
There's no issue.
We're job free because we're too old for the
Nonsense. There's
I know. We're among friends. We're among friends. Hey, does anybody else have any more questions?
Hey, guys.
Okay.
Hey, Katie. Sean and Dina here from Virginia.
Hi. Cool.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate you. Hey, we're totally new to social media, new to attraction marketing. I think we've got a great story. Long story short, I was in the health industry years ago, got some health stuff going on, left the health industry out of frustration, gained over 120 pounds. Now I've lost 90 pounds, free of diabetes, free of cholesterol, so big story, help millions of people, right? So we've got a great story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, right now we're currently Sean and Dina Worth.
Okay.
So, open to a lot of different things right now. I'm just kind of curious what your thoughts on as far as a combination.
Did your profile say Sean and literally both your names?
Sean, SHAWN, the letter N, Dina Worth.
Okay. So here's what happened to me just the other day. Like, remember when I said I rarely get pitched? For some reason, it's coming out of the woodworks this week where I got pitched 3 times yesterday morning for some other reason. But this was a couple that had both their names with the N and with their last name, and they pitched me their deal, which is fine. It doesn't hurt to ask. And I said, no, thank you. And I talked to the guy and like, oh no, this is me. This is the wife. I'm like, well, I didn't know that. So it gets really confusing in a way.
Yeah,
so,
I know I've personally encountered that already. Yeah.
Yeah, and in another sense too, I have another couple that kind of tag each other, and what happens is that they're both in their own profile picture. So there's Don and Mary in Don's profile picture, then there's Don and Mary in Mary's profile picture. They confuse who they're talking about. They're like, oh, thanks, Don. They're like, no, I'm Mary. Well, because people are visual usually, and they sometimes skip them. They don't know who they're talking to. So if you guys are working together, you guys want to just work on one social media site or a profile?
Simpler the better right now. I guess just kind of curious on, we were thinking initially, kind of our brand being as far as a healthy lifestyle, family, middle age.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not the only guy who at one time was at the top of the world with things, and bam, something happened. Ours was health, but here I are. So we've got a story to tell, and I think there's people.
Well, that's your story, Sean.
We can connect. Yeah.
That's your story. So what do you have a story? Does she
Right,
have,
right.
you know what I mean? So I would recommend to save everybody's sanity, even yours,
Mhm.
is to go ahead and have you guys have a separate profile, and you guys can still work together, right? Because you can
Right.
also open up a fan page, or I say fan, it's not even called fan pages anymore. It's a business page where you can have it together all in one, right? That's what I would recommend, because everybody knows who Ray Higdon is here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Does everybody
yeah.
know who Jessica Higdon is? Do
Yeah.
they have a separate profile? Because she attracts the women mostly. She's the social. She not really the women, but she has her own thing. They're both social media things, but they both have their own brand. But they come together beautifully.
Any tips on how to tee that up and transition into that currently? Like with like a message or?
No, just do it. People
Just do it.
aren't. I mean, if you have stalkers that are gonna probably reach out to you and ask questions like, "Why'd you do that?" Just do it. You don't have to explain yourself. Just go ahead and do it. And I think it would be great because basically now you're getting double the traffic if you think about it.
Right.
Because I'm just one. Now you guys are two in it together. So now you're getting like double the exposure, which is pretty badass.
Right. Right.
So
Thinking maybe keep the current Sean and Dina, and then maybe I'm doing the business a little bit.
okay.
80% more than Dina is. Dina is very supportive and kind of the behind the scenes stuff right now.
Okay.
And she's gravitating to where she fits in all this. But
Okay.
most importantly, we got her support. So maybe keep the Sean and Dina, and then maybe I can open my own right now.
Well,
Otherwise
you
we'd
can
have.
edit. Yeah, that's true. So you can. How many friends do you have on that profile?
I think about 560, something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's up to you if you want to either edit the name. Facebook may want to reach out to you to prove name change. You don't want to go that, because I have a friend of mine who changed his name he's Mars Burden, but he changed it to Mars the Launchman because that's his business. Facebook shut him down to say, "Is that your real last name?" So that was a mistake that he made, that, he's going to have to prove that, whatever. So it's either you can take a list of your friends, to make 2 separate accounts and then shut that one down. There's nothing wrong with that. Just kind of start fresh. I think so. Because you only have 500 friends. That's pretty easy to hack.
Right.
And you message them, hey, that's where you can message them and say, hey, I'm starting a new profile. Then, hey, here it is, where, this is me, Sean, this is me, Dina, and then you guys can do your own thing, because you guys each have your own thoughts and expressions that you want to put out there. And like I said, you can attract so many more people double time, rather than just me being one person and Len being one and my dad being one, right? You guys have pretty much a better advantage than our single people here, as in one.
Right.
So,
but for now, if we kept Sean and Dina, and then I added one with just my name, would that cause any conflict with Facebook? So I would Sean work. Okay.
No conflict. It's just your own personal, do I want to have 2 accounts or not? Because I've never had 2 accounts before, because that's why I'm only on certain limited social media sites, because I don't want to be everywhere. I don't want to remember all these passwords and all this other stuff, or be here when I have, spread myself too thin. But I would recommend that once you guys make that transition, to eventually shut that one down. I think that's my personal preference, because then you always have to go log in and see if there's any new messages or anything like that, which you're going to be more active in your separate ones rather than, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Katie,
Right.
I've got one question.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering why we can't do the same thing on our profile page with the photos, where they have everybody listed, because the most current ones that you're dealing with are on the top. So you could scroll down to the very end and do the same thing. Yes, no?
Can you ask that again? I'm not understanding. I'm not following.
On your Facebook profile page, they list all your friends there. And the ones that are the most current, or so you could do the same thing there. Correct.
Well, you could, yeah, you definitely could. But the whole purpose with Friend Remover Pro, I mean, yeah, you can certainly do that. Now that Friend Remover Pro is just kind of transitioning into, I don't know what's happening with them, but it was really easy to select all of them at once.
Multiple, okay.
Multiple ones, then hit a button, and then all of a sudden you got 50 deleted.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, you certainly can now. Like for instance, now that it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
So because it'll always change too. As you're connecting with people, you're going to see that it's going to change. And I've done it in the past. I clicked on friends. You guys understand what she means, right? So when you click on friends, I'm going to share my screen. When you click on friends, here's the friends. To me, it kind of loads slow. It did in the past.
Are they in order of frequency of
Yes, yes.
They are?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same. Except for I actually deal with him a lot lately, so I don't know why he's not on the top. So it's just like, eh. So, wherever is.
Well, your dad isn't very high on the page either.
Yeah. So it's just.
What's that all about? Don't you and he
I don't know.
talk to each other?
All day face to face.
He's muted because he's like 5 feet away from me, or probably 8.
Let me interrupt the program here for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. And anyone, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, anyone who wants to stay longer can, as long as Katie wants to stay if you have more questions. But before people start to drop off because they get bored and tired, I want to introduce Chris to you. Chris has been a friend of mine for a long, long, long time, and he's just an absolutely wonderful gentleman. As you both have figured out by now, Katie and Chris are living the lifestyle. They're the one that I would like to live too. They're RVing around the country, and I just love them. And I love that lifestyle. I personally love the RV lifestyle. More importantly, Chris has become a life coach. Chris, you want to take a moment, just introduce yourself and tell people what you do and what you can offer?
Yeah, thanks, Len. I hired a coach to figure out what was holding me back from doing things in my marketing and whatever else, because we all have some fears about in front of a camera or talking to people or talking on stage or whatever. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do that. And as my coach is talking to me, he's talking about motivational people who put out motivational posts and stuff like that. And I would finish the quote for him because I've studied self-development for a long time. And so I'm preaching a quote. I never thought about being a coach. And I decided that was a good idea. So I kind of changed gears and decided to become a coach, because I've been coaching people for years anyway, just friends and family and such, off the cuff when something would come up. And so now I'm doing coaching when people have issues moving forward with whatever they're wanting to accomplish. There's a lot of fears hold us back from reaching our goals. A lot of people are locked up pretty much and don't know how to figure out to get away from it, because we don't know. Basically, the fears and the limiting beliefs that we have came from when we were kids. Our influencers, teachers, and religious individuals, parents, siblings, friends in school. Stuff that we may adopt to what they say about us, or some instances we might even just make up something, because as humans, we like closure, right? We want to know what was finally said, or at least what it meant. And if we don't know, we'll make something up. A lot of the stuff that we believe that are holding us back are just total lies anyway. And most of them the other half are lies because they don't apply anymore. So I hope we'll try to figure out, and I'm pretty good at it. So it's a lot of fun too, getting people to wake up and figure out, or help them wake up and figure out how they can move forward and get their stuff done.
So Chris, how do people get in touch with you, or do you have your own website or page if they want to learn more about what you're doing?
Yeah, it's refocusingcoaching.com.
Refocusingcoaching.com.
Refocusingcoaching.com, or I'm on Facebook. can reach out to me on Facebook as well. I can put that in the chat.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm typing.
Oh, okay.
If I can spell, so hopefully that's refocusingcoaching.com. Actually, I know how to spell. It's just that I don't know how to type. So, okay. So you've got
A lot of people have problems in a live atmosphere. It's just whatever fears they have. Like I remember doing a solo on stage when I was a kid in school, and I thought I screwed up, and I was told by everybody, "No, you did fine, you did fine." Well, I still had it in my mind that I screwed something up, and that hung with me for a while. So I wouldn't get up on stage and do any solos anymore because of that. It's what I made up, even though everybody say, "Hey, that was great. What are you talking about?" But it happens.
Well, that's it. So much of it's between our ears. It's all between our ears.
It is between the ears. Yep.
Yeah. All between
And
our ears.
Emotions are mostly lies as well. So if you listen from your heart, instead of acting on emotions, listen to your heart. Your heart will never fail you. It's always had your back. Emotions, you can't be too certain about them. So,
Okay.
that's about it, I guess.
All right. Thank you for that, Chris. Pops. Anybody else? Anybody have any more questions? Katie, are you willing to stay for a minute or two if there's another question, or we're going to wrap it?
Oh, I'm okay. I just know that there's a lot more about Facebook and understanding it. So just what I went through, I tried to get really good pointers, and I know that there's some time and effort to be put into it in order to build up your profile. So it just it's a matter of doing those little details and sometimes doing that tedious work, because I'm a hands-on person. I love to have the conversations. I don't like hire out or something to do the work for me. I'd rather have that connection. So it's doing that and putting in that effort will reward you big time, because people, more than anything in nowadays with bots everywhere, people just want human beings and to have connection. So have those conversations and connect with people. So
I couldn't agree with you more. Absolutely agreed. And I think what you did tonight was really awesome. I learned some things. I learned a couple things that I wasn't aware of. And so, hey, it's all good. It's all good. It was absolutely wonderful, Katie. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Feel free on Facebook or send me a friend request. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So everybody knows where to find Katie if they want to find her, I hope.
Yes.
And with that, this webinar is a wrap. The recording